Hello and welcome to Pocono. It's time for race number 22 of season number 3 of the NRSL Hooters series. It's the Aflac 300 from Long Pond, Pennsylvania, and the Tricky Triangle. On the pole today is rookie Time Pollard and starting alongside Cleveland winner Chris Louvier. Last sees there. Row 2 sees Cosmic Nova and three-time winner this season Charles Sanford, the points leader, coming into play. We'll get to that later on. Mary Shelley, Marcus Bruno, row 3. Amanda Shelley and Jake Bassinger in row number 4. And row 5 is Jerry Shelley and Eric Powers. Here's the rest of your starting grid. And the points coming in. Charles Sanford is the points leader by 62 points over Maxwell Chan, who's been gaining points the last couple weeks by quite a bit of a margin. Helpful in the fact that Maxwell got a win a couple weeks ago. Alex May is third in points, 151 points back. That means that only Charles Sanford and Maxwell Chan can leave here as the points leader. Jake Bassinger has quietly worked his way up to fourth in points in the last couple weeks. And William Duncan, another three-time winner this season, is fifth in points, 179 points back. The rest of the top 10 in points, Kyle Matthews, Mary Shelley, Kyle Collins, Sky Commons and Preston Plord, all race winners this season, so they know that they'll be in chase. Here comes the command to start the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
And basically coming into play, I believe it is Chris Washer who holds the final chase spot in on points right now. He comes into this race 11th in the points, 44 points ahead of Jessica Shelton, who is the first car on the outside looking in. And we will be carrying 8 onboard cameras. Let's get started. And we'll go... going from the rear of the field didn't work for me, sorry. So we'll start with this. Here is your Dodge onboard camera. It's the 9 of Charles Sanford. The Ford onboard camera will be Maxwell Chan. Chevy onboard camera goes to Alex May. The Banquet onboard to Jake Baskinger. The Pennzoil onboard to William Duncan. The Great Clips onboard to the Great Clips Chevrolet of Kyle Matthews. The Harrah's onboard camera by Mary Shelley. And finally, the Old Spice onboard camera that will be carried by Sky Commons this week. And you see him starting from the 41st spot. Coming down the short chute to the third and final turn. Yet, only 3 turns in case you didn't know here at this track. Love the slogan that they have on this wall. As you might see it coming up here. What turn 4? Very tricky. 3 different corners modeled after 3 different tracks. Pace car, pull yourself off. Let's go and let's get ready to go for 20 laps of Pocono racing from the Tricky Triangle. Max Newirth won yesterday. Here we go today. Green flag is out. We're underway for 20 laps of Pocono action. It's actually one of the few times I'll mention who won the race the previous day. So, kind of interesting there. And look at William Duncan already making it 3 wide with Jake Bassinger. They're leaning back here. Don't like the look of that. They survived turn 1, though. Now the troublesome tunnel turn. As Pollard and Sanford get out to the lead. Louvier to third. Bruno will clear for fourth, battling with Nova. As battle for the lead, Charles Sanford wants to grab the 5 bonus points. He's been on a bit of a slide the last 2 weeks. Wants to get going strong here today. But Pollard trying to fight around the outside and will do it. Time Pollard leads lap 1. Meanwhile, Chris Louvier, he wants a piece of this action. He's maybe going to make it 3 wide for the lead. No, he does not. Thinks better of it. But Sanford and Louvier take the spots there. Move them into the top 2. Dodge 1-2 now over the Chevys of Pollard and Bruno. Top forward right now is Duncan. The battle way back here, though. This is where the exciting action is. Keep an eye on Kyle Matthews. He won opening practice this weekend. Was still pretty decently in the happy hour practice. Wouldn't be surprised to see him running in the top 10 by the end of the day. Now look at the back of the field. Surprisingly, they are getting double file only. I expected them to be three wide action all the way throughout this field. Speaking of three wide, Dixon, that is Shelton in the middle. I believe that is Plord on the outside. Yes, it is. And Time Pollard now making a move for second down the front straightaway into turn number 1. And also making a move, William Duncan trying to put a slide job on Mary Shelley. Didn't quite work. And now Jerry Shelley helps Duncan out going down the long, I guess the back straightaway. I don't know what to exactly call it. It's the long straight of the two. Because they're coming up to the short chute here. Jerry Shelley's going to net 2 spots out of this, though, as he takes down William Duncan now. And Time Pollard wants the lead again, it looks like. Trying to maybe get it back from the 9 of Charles Sanford. Trying to get a better run through turn number 3. Get the run down the front straightaway as Cosmic Nova goes underneath Duncan now. That for 5th. And now Pollard making his way out from underneath the Mohegan Sun Chevrolet. Going for the top spot again into turn number 1. And an easy job there. Maybe not. Sanford fighting around back on the outside. Not quite going to get there. And Bruno now in his return. Only his 3rd race back. Looking for 3rd now. And Louvier not going to quite get there. Duncan now back underneath Cosmic Nova. And Jerry Shelley now saying he wants the 4th spot away from Bruno. Shelley on a move right now, just at his fastest lap of the race at 52.967, 3rd fastest lap of the race. Matthews is also on a tear right now as well. You see him there. He's into the top 10 now, I believe. Just past the 7. Yes, he is in 10th now. As now Time Pollard once again back up front, like we mentioned. Show the battle for the 11th spot. Matt Balding, one of the 2 DEI black cars that they brought out this week. Matt Dixon in the other. As Alex May's trying to make a move for 8th on teammate Eric Powers. May without a win this season right now, but 3rd in points. And look at the dive bomb he put in there on his rookie teammate. Brave move there by the Coast Guard Reserve Chevrolet. Gets it to go, though. Move the 21 up to 8th. Matthews going to look for 9th, maybe on the AC Delco Chevrolet. Matthews is able to get that bottom line working through turn number 3. An amazing job. Not quite the line you would expect to see work. Trying to get a run down the front straightaway. As Duncan does get a run off 3. Goes inside of Bruno for 5th as they go into turn number 1. And Jerry Shelley trying to get a run through turn number 1 off of Chris Louvier, and he's going to make a move as well. Duncan up to 5th. Shelley's going for 3rd. The 23 car comes into this race. Where is he at? Sorry, I'm trying to look for where Jerry Shelley is in points. I'm not quite seeing him. Well, get to that later. But Jerry Shelley now up to 3rd. Matthews has gotten around Powers as well as Balding now. And now Alex May wants to get around the 20 car. And will do so down the front straightaway. So move Alex May up to 7th. Duncan now is all over Louvier for 4th down here on turn 1. Very calm race so far. I like this. Jonathan Zorline now moves underneath Eric Powers down the long chute as Neuwirth underneath Mary Shelley. Neuwirth, a 2-time winner this season in this series. 5 wins so far this season in the other 2 series combined. Hasn't gotten cup going. As Matthews now moves up to 8th going around Bruno. Balding's going to follow through and almost try to make a move on Matthews there. Like I said, if you can get that bottom line working through turn number 3, that's an amazing job. You'll make a lot of moves that way if you can do that. As Jerry Shelley now goes for second on the points leader, Charles Sanford. Down into turn number 1, the Keith Coleman Racing unsponsored Chevrolet showing some speed here this weekend. Now up to second as they go down the back straightaway. And Alex May looking for 6th on Cosmic Nova as they come towards the tunnel turn. Is he going to try a dive bomb move here? No, thinks better of it. Duncan thought better of a move on Louvier as well, who now Louvier is thinking about making a move on the 9 car maybe as they come up to turn number 3. Be better suited just to try and get a run here through this turn number 3. Sanford's car looks a little bit loose maybe, I don't know. Let's see if they can make an adjustment on any pit stop if there is any. Not quite sure if there would be a pit stop today or not. Alex May now makes the move inside. This is the battle for 6 going into turn number 1. And it looks like Alex May will get the move done, but Nova hanging in strong around the outside as they come down the back straightaway. Nope, that's it. Nova down to 7th. Move Alex May up to 6th. And now Kyle Matthews wants the 7th spot. Puts it in there. Dive bomb into the tunnel turn. This is not the type of aggression you normally see out of Kyle Matthews, but I'm loving seeing this. This is amazing action right now at Pocono. Balding tried to look around the outside when Matthews didn't get the move to go. But Nova got a little bit too high up there, as now Matthews might be able to make the move down the front straightaway. He was in the groove. Peeks back in behind. Now he makes the move down the front straightaway. Preston Plord now making the move inside Marcus Bruno down there. That's just outside the top 10. And we mentioned both the black DEI cars. There they are. Balding, Dixon, 9th and 10th. And now Balding might be able to try and get the move done on Nova as well, following the open door by Kyle Matthews. And looked like maybe Jerry Shelley tried to make a move or something, didn't quite work. Now Charles Sanford makes the move for second, trying to get the spot back. Where's Maxwell Chan? He's second in points. Back in 18th, but starting to make some moves up towards the front. As Chris Louvier was making a move towards the inside as well. And Duncan was peeking to the inside of the 41. So kind of interesting moves there. As Time Pollard loving seeing this in his rearview mirror, allows him to scoot away a little bit. And here comes one of the faster cars on the track, it seems like. Alex May trying for 5th now on William Duncan, as Louvier goes for 3rd on the Keith Coleman 23 of Jerry Shelley. And throw Matthews up into this battle almost, as Dixon passes his teammate for 9th. Matt Balding now moves back. Or no, that was for 8th. I'm sorry. As Preston Plord makes the move for 10th. Cosmic Nova falls all the way down to 13th right now. Or to 12th at least. Dang. Matthews now inside of Duncan as they head towards turn 1, as Alex May's making the move now on the 23. Matthews trying to go for the 6th position now on the racetrack, as Alex May's now inside the top 5. I don't know if Matthews is going to be able to get a move to go now, because he's got the inside line, but no drafting help. The 6 and 23 at least pushing each other down the straightaway. Well, maybe I was wrong, because Matthews sticks the nose in there still. Going for 5th now at Pocono. As now Alex May might be looking for 3rd here. So far, caution free through 11 laps of racing. As look at who's coming up now. Matt Dixon with a good long race car, apparently. Or long run pace, because he's now up into 7th. Moved around his teammate. He moved around Duncan now as they come around the line. And Preston Plord, can't count him out. He's up to 9th now, going to make a move on his Roush Fenway teammate, or his Roush Racing teammate of William Duncan. Looked like someone made a move to the inside there. Is really weird. Nova gets up in front of Collins. Collins now with a crossover. This is the battle for 12th. And look at who's right there. Maxwell Chan in 14th now in the AmeriQuest 60. Didn't have the best starting spot, but it's now starting to make some moves as it comes towards the end of this race. Just making steady grounds, trying to do his best to at least do something today. As the top two have broken away a little bit, Sanford trying to look for where his best spot will be to make a move. And I see someone making their way up towards the top 10. There he is, Sam Young. Now up to 14th. And Sam Young is the only driver this entire season without a top 10 finish. Comes into this race 41st in the points. As now Preston Plord making the move on Duncan down the long stretch. The back straightaway, I guess is what I'll call it. I got no better name for it. Chris Louvier is still hanging on to third. Alex May, apparently the charge kind of holding off a little bit there now. As these guys were running the faster laps. There he goes. Wow, into turn number 3. Alex May with a power move there on Louvier. That was not where I would have expected a move to be made at all on this track. Now can Matthews capitalize and maybe take 4th away from the 41? Not quite able to get there yet as they go into turn number 1. Peeking into the inside. And now I think he will be able to make the move here. Just going to be, can he make the move stick? So apparently Louvier's car falling off a little bit here towards the end of this run. 6 laps to go. 5 this time by as now Dixon went to the outside of Shelley. Didn't quite work there. As now into the tunnel turn, Jerry Shelley goes inside of Louvier. And now can Matthews and May chase down the top 2? Sanford's car been very inconsistent this weekend. Was top of happy hour, but was very slow in the opening practice. Just making steady gains, and the caution is out! Big wreck in turn number 3. Involving Jake Baskinger. And man, does this change everything. Please don't plow. I worked on bunching distance for all 3 series. Please don't plow. Oh boy. Oh crap. Okay, I think they're good. Still could use some extra bunching. Could use some extra bunching distance still. A lot of damage to the 84. Jay Stella. Neuworth's got damage. Card Pollard involved. Sky Commons 10th in the point, or 9th in the points coming in. Henry Powers, Dylan Thoreau, Brennan Patterson involved. Hiroshi Kazuyoshi as well. Patterson, Kazuyoshi, remember, trying to fight their way into the top 30 in points. They have wins this season. Matt Duncan also involved in the 50. Now the question is, do they pit? And also, will we be able to get back to racing here? Some drivers seeming to make some indications that they might be willing to pit. Pollard and Sanford, they will be pitting. Doesn't look like Alex May's intending to pit. This could be interesting. Jerry Shelley's going to pit. Preston Plord is not. So, some guys are pitting, some are not. Alex May is going to take the risk and try and go for the gamble to maybe win this race. And it's fuel only for any of the cars pitting here. Yep, fuel only for the 23 back there. Handful of guys, a lot of them pitting. Who's going to win the race off pit lane, though, is the question. It's going to be Time Pollard. Pretty easily. So, with that, some drivers decide not to pit, including Neuwirth and Sky Commons, who were involved in that wreck. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to bring out our first and probably only caution of the race. And we are back. Here's where the wreck started. It was in the 31st position with Hiroshi Kazuyoshi. Johnny Gardner, or he's trying to make the move on Zach Kreller. You'll see Johnny Gardner gets a run. He's going to try and make a move to the inside as Kazuyoshi tries to make a move to the inside of the number 1 machine. And unfortunately, some judgments, just kind of spacing kind of became an issue. Kazuyoshi gets turned, moves up the track right into Matt Duncan. Nowhere to go for him or Sky Commons. And it's just on from there. There's Patterson getting involved. And the track just essentially becomes blocked. There's Henry Powers, Card Pollard. There's Neuwirth. I'd be interested in taking onboard with Jake Bassinger. I believe the 19 gets through this wreck. Onboard the 19 at Jake Bassinger. Yeah, he gets through this. An amazing job by Jake Bassinger to keep his car in one piece. And for a guy fourth in the points, that is a miracle job there to keep it in one piece. He'll be able to still continue on at full speed even. Let's go back to the restart. And we're back. Lights not out on the pace car. Just wanted to document that some other drivers apparently came down pit lane the second time around. You see Ben Neuwirth there at the back. So is Sky Commons, Johnny Gardner, Seth Cole, Mary Shelley, Max Neuwirth, Kyle Collins, Johnson Zorling, and Kyle Matthews all apparently pit the second lap of the caution, which we did not see. Now Alex May's going to pit. As well as Plord. I do not get this strategy, as now Time Pollard will inherit the lead once again. I don't get this strategy if you're going to have to pit. Some recalculations apparently being made by a lot of cars. Now, do the lights come out this time, or are we going to have a green-white checkered finish is going to be the question. Lights are out, so it will be a green or a one-lap shootout here. And then the question is, can these guys who are on the pit lane, well, they will catch up. But I don't get this strategy from like guys like Marias, Neal, Sam Young, Alex May, Jeff James, Plord. I don't get this strategy at all. As Jonathan Zorline has blown up under the caution. Oh, a tough break for the 77. 39th in the points. And hopefully this does not cause a delayed caution. So far so good. We'll go through the field rundown. Time Pollard now inherits the lead. Charles Sanford back up to second. Duncan third. Louvier, Dixon, Stephen Pollard the third. Sorry, okay, hold on. Louvier is fourth. Matt Dixon is fifth. Stephen Pollard third is sixth. Cosmic Nova is seventh. Jerry Shelley eighth. Matt Balding ninth. And now Amanda Shelley is in 10th. Maxwell Chan is 11th. Marcus Bruno 12th. Eric Powers 13th. Zach Curler 14th. Chris Washer 15th. Mason Powers 16th. Brian Patterson with that damage is still in 17th now. Dylan Young is 18th. Jake Bassinger is 19th. Henry Powers 20th. Kyle Matthews 21st. Kyle Collins now inherits 22nd. Max Neuwirth 23rd. Mary Shelley 24th. Seth Cole 25th. Johnny Gardner is 26th. Sky Combs 27th. Ben Neuwirth 28th. Alex May 29th. Preston Plord 30th. Jordan Davis is 31st. Sam Young 32nd. Jessica Shelton 33rd. Mason Neal 34th. Jeff James 35th. And Matthew Morris 36th. 37th will be Jonathan Zorline. His car has stopped on the track. Cars out of the race after the wreck. Jay Stella, Card Pollard, Dylan Thoreau, Matt Dixon, and Hiroshi Kazuyoshi all retired. And hopefully they get that car towed. They do. We will be able to go green here for one lap shootout here from Pocono. The green is out. We're underway. Does anyone have anything for the 04 of Time Pollard? Kyle Matthews makes a move quickly. He's going to try and get as many spots as he can. And how about this? Charles Sanford. He tried to make the move, but gets cut off there going into one. I don't know if he's going to have any other shots. Matt Dixon there. Going for fourth. As long as Charles Sanford's going to be the only one that can stop the 04 from winning. Gets a run to the tunnel turn. Will he make a move going into 3? I don't think he will. William Duncan's going to make a move, though. Look at the dive bomb from William Duncan. Can he make it stick on the bottom? Coming? No! He's going to pit! There's people pitting! Time Pollard will win the Aflac 300! and a lot of people having to pit coming to the checkered flag. It's Michigan all over again. Holy cow. I'm not quite sure what happened there. We're hearing Kyle Matthews might have gotten a penalty for passing to the left before the restart. I saw him inside the 90. He might have passed before he got to the line. Not quite sure what to say about that ending. Ignore the retired here on William Duncan, Cosmic Nova, all that. They did not retire. They just passed the line before and hence when they got to their pit, they retired. But 36 drivers end up finishing this race. And Time Pollard, who came in this race 17th in the points, grabs his first career NRSL Hooters Series win, most likely putting himself into the chase for the championship. Charles Sanford, the rest of the top 10 behind him: Charles Sanford, Chris Louvier, Stephen Paul III, Jerry Shelley, Maxwell Chan, Zach Kreller, Chris Washer, Dylan Young, and Mason Powers. A great top 10 for him. Patterson was 11th. We'll have to see if that can help boost him up into the top 30 in points. Was trying to compete with Card Pollard, who, remember, 39th, finished out of the race. Patterson might be in that top 30 now after this one. Either way, I'd like to thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed one more race from Pocono, and that is the Coke Vanilla Cup Series. I'll see you next time.